So I'm going to do a video on how to install this kit. First, you got to take this drum off. And I had luck with just digging my fingers in on this back side and then on this front side and just pulling up. I mean, I already got it loose. One of my clips fell off. And then next, there's, shoot, let me get a light. Then there's this. Untwist this piece. And then this should pull out. I'll put the phone down. So yeah, this piece I removed. All you do is literally grab it on the bottom and then pull back to you, and it pops out. Next, I think these are gonna come out. Looks like there's one over there, but we gotta get this out of the way first. Which looks like it just pulls down, lays out of the way. And then it looks like we'll have to take this piece off to get to that bolt. And then I'll update it here in a second. So this took me a second, but literally all you do is just pull this out from that other piece. And then there's a tab back there that makes it sit in. So I'm gonna get a ratchet socket for this. These bolts are 10 millimeter, and I'm just using a little extension. So it looks like there's 1, 2, 3 more up top, and I'll show you maybe how I did it. I stuck this in here and then twisted, and that's the way I was able to get it out. And this kit comes with this little plastic trim tool. If not, I mean, you can use a screwdriver. You just might gouge up your plastics a little bit, so I'll get these out and then show you more. So it took me a second to get this, but it's tight, this piece. After I got these 3 bolts out and the ones on the bottom, kind of stuck this in here and then pried out all the way across. And then I believe there's nothing else holding it. So I'm gonna put this phone down and try and pull it out completely. So there's a hidden bolt back behind this piece. It was a pain in the butt starting to pull this trim out. So I'm just sticking this in there as of now to see if I can get it out and get this thing out without messing stuff up. I'll let you know. I might have to make it part 2 because I am not figuring out how to get this thing off. I will come back and let you know. Or maybe I should just say part. So this is kind of that part 2 video. And I'll also go over programming because I just did that. Officially got this thing in and it starts. I tested it before I obviously am putting all this back together. I'll show you what was my holdup. There was a sneaky bolt, well, 2. Once I pulled that airbag down, there was a bolt right there and then one on the other side. And then this had to come out a little bit for me to, get the clearance. But it was pretty easy other than that. Once I got this down finally, you take this plug out, which this is the one that was originally in there. You can't mess up your plugs because one's male, one's female. So you plug that in, the female end to the male end here, and then you put that there. And then, so I actually didn't read the directions, of course. I've just been like winging this. I just plugged it all in and thought, cool, let's get it done. I didn't use this blue RF kit one. I don't know if that's like an upgrade that, I don't know, maybe you can do stuff from your phone or something, I'm not sure. But so I plugged all this in. I saw some LEDs there, and then I happened to look at these directions, and it says press and hold the programming button, which is that little black button right there, and plug in this little connector, the little black connector. And all of these have a specific way. You can't really like hook it up backwards, but so you hold this button down while you plug this in, and then these are going to flash like different sequences. And it says what you do is when only the blue LED, which if I'm not mistaken, the blue one was the top, when it's just that one lit, you let go of that black button while this is plugged in. You don't have any of these other connectors in. And then after that's done, you connect, these last three connectors. And then you go over to the driver's seat, and then you hit the ignition button while you do not touch the brake because you don't want to start it. So you just push the button once, twice. You wait, and it took maybe 5 seconds or so. It felt like forever because I was like, shoot, did I do something wrong? But all these, actually no, just the blue one lit up rapidly, and then that meant that it was programmed. And then I turned it back off, so you just hit the button one more time to turn it off. And then I will show you how it does this. Get this out of the way. Which this was a little bit more annoying than I expected to have to do, but it wasn't too bad. Honestly, it took me maybe half an hour to do this whole thing, and it might take me 10 minutes to put it back together, so well under an hour. I think just about anybody could do this. It's really not that hard. The directions aren't spectacular as far as taking this off, but programming was pretty easy, and I just figured I'd show you as I was out here, so I will show you the finished product. So you push lock, lock, lock. And if I'm not mistaken, I know you can hit lock, lock, lock to turn it off. But I think this kit turns off when you open the door, so I'm going to check that. Well, I guess I need the keys. Yep, there it went. Which isn't a big deal if you're using this to, warm your vehicle up or cool it off, whatever. Yeah, I hope this video helps, and just know that you can do it. So get her done.